It's 12:45 and I'm showing the lettuce because I'm in the middle of cooking. I'm defrosting my chicken, which is what you can hear, and in doing so I'd see this lettuce with a whole load of dark green, like it's hard to describe, almost like it's started to go off. I threw those parts out so the lettuce looks more appealing, so I at least increase the likelihood that I'll want to eat it. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about, because I've thrown it in the bin. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, the chicken in the microwave being defrosted. Hold on a second. Yeah, look at that. Look at that corner. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was just there and it wasn't appealing at all, but yeah, I've got rid of it and the lettuce looks a lot more appealing now. I was gonna pour out your regular 100 grams, but I purposefully used about half a kilogram there because I want to bulk cook. So I'm defrosting the chicken, I put the sauce on, I'm now defrosting the steak. I'm not gonna add anything on that. I really could not be bothered to add anything more than this, so literally just need to make it easier for myself, so I just used the peri-peri sauce and this lemon juice sauce to enhance flavors, because I think it did that one time. It'd probably be more sensible to do research on it to see if that actually has happened. See, many people are saying that, go and buy cookbooks and that as well, and eventually just going that way, that route of learning more recipes and learning how to eat healthier and that, just learning more about nutrition in general with these sorts of things, knowing if lemon juice actually does enhance flavors, and knowing if lemon juice actually cleans chicken. Because there's a thing that people think lemon juice cleans chicken, but I don't know how that would work. Is it because the lemon juice is acidic? Is that why? I genuinely don't know. I'm not saying they're wrong, I don't know. I actually decided to add a little bit of lemon juice to the steak just to see how it tastes different. So, although I thought I wouldn't flavour it at all, I have. I literally just poured it on and then I'm gonna dump it into the frying pan. I'll probably cook the steak first because it's gonna take the longest to cook because of how much there is there. So I'll probably do that with the butter rather than the oil, because I have no idea what the oil is doing to my system. But then again, I don't know what this is doing to my system. It's just a conscious choice, really. That's why I'm doing it, rather than just impulsively getting the oil. I'm gonna have to do more research on the effects of using butter, oil, margarine and that to fry his stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna start cooking the steak now. Also, I might have forgot to mention that I think I botched. Actually, to be fair, it's softer. It is softer. I thought I botched this rice because I poured too little water. I know to pour more water in next time. I just poured the same amount of water I would with like 100 grams of rice, but that's not enough for this. I filled it up to the same amount I would. That's what I meant. But yeah, it feels a bit softer actually. So I might have salvaged it, but yeah, I need to add more water next time, very basically. Anyway, I'm gonna get on with the cooking now, even though I'm feeling thirsty. Got my water for that. And I'm feeling like my core's tensing involuntarily, so I'm feeling hungry as well. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna carry on with this cooking. I don't think I actually said what I was cooking. I plan to cook a rice and curry, a big rice and curry bulk cook. Might have added way too much butter there, but it's gonna cook the steak and the chicken, to be fair. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna cook a rice and curry. I've got sauces there which I'm gonna use. I'll show them later on. And I'm gonna put broccoli in there, I'm gonna put spinach in there, I'm gonna put mixed veg in there as well. And I've got the rice cooking, so I don't have to do that. I don't have to cook rice every single time I want it. I need to go shopping as well. I'll do that today. No more postponing it. I'll do that today. I plan to do it today, so I will. I know why I didn't. just need, I've sorted myself in that sort of regard as to why I wasn't doing it. So I just need to do it now, really. Right, it's ready, let's go. I want to talk about a couple of things that I've been putting on for a few minutes. I want to talk about the steak. So I was saying the lemon might enhance the flavours. And now that I've tried one piece, it was about this big, around about that big, I now for sure believe that it does that, because the steak tastes more sour than it usually would. So I really believe that that is going on, and that's not just a figment of my imagination. Also, a big thing here, I was talking about botching up the rice, and it turned out it feels softer than I would have thought, than I thought it would have. And in my mind, I was saying that I've messed it up. I was saying I haven't messed it up. Now I want to change that wording very consciously here and instead say, even if I did mess it up, it just would have simply been making a mistake. I don't have to use wording like that, and it'd be helpful if I didn't, because that sort of wording sets the precedent for even more destructive criticism and eventually self-hatred. For example, like when I was a teenager, calling myself an idiot, and that when if I didn't understand a certain topic or something like that, or if I did something that I didn't like upon reflection, I don't need to say I've made a mistake. I don't need to say I've messed it up. It's okay to make mistakes, it's fine, that's a part of being human, but don't need to beat myself up about doing that. Don't need to be that hard on myself. And by hard on myself, I think that's now starting to mean destructively criticize myself about the things I do. I think that's what people might have been meaning when they say I've been hard on myself. Like, I remember during GCSE times, outside the French classroom, my French teacher telling me that I was being this way, I was being hard on myself. And I think I have a very clear, truthful definition of what that means, an accurate definition of what that means. That's what I'm looking for. Destructive criticism, saying I've messed it up. That's not healthy. And you could argue, with the way how this chicken has so much salt in it, this might not be healthy either. But if it's done every once in a while, then it's fine, I'd say. But it's not once every while. Once in a while, it's not yet. I need to change that slowly but surely. I've been raised on chicken, man. I've been raised on chicken, so I need to be patient with myself. Chicken's not the enemy. If I do it once every while, what's the problem with that? And if I want to change to eating plant-based, that's fine. Anyway, I really wanted to talk about that rice. Me saying I've messed it up. I really wanted to talk about that to show how my mindset's changing along the journey. Also, I made it easier for myself to upload all of these videos by getting rid of the numbers. I track my streaks that way. And there's also something that I was thinking of. This morning I watched porn for the first time in less than 2.5 years, right? And I put so much value in keeping up streaks, and I think that streak keeping, saying, oh, I haven't watched it in 2 years and however long, like calculating it in my head and putting value in calculating it in my head as to how long I haven't watched it. I think that sets the ground for tracking in an unhealthy way, like putting all of those numbers in and making it harder for myself, more difficult for myself to get the videos out due to having to change parts of the thumbnails, the numbers every time. I don't want to do that. I want to make it easier for myself, so I'm just getting rid of the numbers in the thumbnail. But I'll keep the numbers in the title so that I'm not confused which week it is. Yeah. Anyway, I might make a whole video about that sooner or later, but I've worked through a lot of thoughts related to how I think about not wanting to watch porn, why I wouldn't do it. And I'd say I don't want to watch porn because I don't want to feel that same shame I felt after watching many videos. And I've now had to tell myself that I don't have to feel shame after being on a porn site for the first time in less than 2.5 years. I don't have to feel shame. I gave myself a self-hug and I'm doing it now. I don't have to feel shame because I've done that. I don't have to think I've messed up like how I thought I messed up the rice. I don't have to destructively criticize myself. I know I'm making an effort, and in fact, I would argue that me watching porn this morning at around 4:30 has been extremely beneficial. Not because of me watching the porn itself, but because of how I responded to watching the porn. So I've made it more difficult. I've got rid of lust-inducing content, like watching girls because of their beauty rather than what they're saying. I've started saying don't recommend channel, undo on certain videos on my feed. That's number one. Number two, I've gone on distraction-free YouTube, added that to the Chrome extension, and added that as a Chrome extension on the laptop, and gotten rid of the feed. I've hidden the feed completely. So I'm almost certainly not going to see that sort of stuff again, because it's not going to be in my feed for me to see it. I'm now just being a lot more wary of the sort of videos I watch. And I also, another thing is, I think I set myself up for watching porn by listening to rap lyrics talking about I fuck this bitch and I fuck that bitch, smash and dash, all of that. What else? I never thought that would be a part of the problem, but I really think it is now. That was a part of why I was doing it. Also, another reason would be me saying, well, I have to learn about how to have sex somehow. I have to learn about how to have sex somehow, and I'm now starting to think, no, not that way. I was saying, no, I don't want to watch porn, but then I was saying that, giving myself an incentive, a reason to watch it. How does that make sense? I was setting myself up, not for failure as I was saying in my mind, but to watch it again. I could learn how to have sex without watching porn. Seriously. I haven't had sex ever, by the way, for context. And the fact that I have no sex life might actually be extremely beneficial for me, because I'm able to take this time to really develop my views and make healthy views on dating and sex and romance, rather than watching this lustful stuff and teaching myself to be lustful in real life. It was, yeah. I was holding myself back by giving myself an incentive to watch it, but then saying I don't want to watch it. Something's not adding up. Something's not adding up. It's not making sense. And I remember having a certain thought of, like, I think it could have been the lustful videos, like, oh my god, grow your glutes. There's so many videos of just women just flexing their bum cheeks and that. I'm not recommending those videos anymore. I'm pressing don't recommend video, don't recommend channel. I'm doing all of that because I'm done indirectly teaching myself to be lustful. And I had a lustful thought when I was on the street, it wasn't a thought that I acted on, but it was a thought of slapping a girl's ass on the street. Like, come on, that didn't just come out of nowhere, and I didn't act on it. I immediately felt unhappy, you could say disgusted that I thought that thought, and that is a part of being human, to be fair. Sometimes you think foul things. I wasn't thinking of acting on it in any way, and I didn't act on it, but even still, I think, in fact, instead of shaming it, that thought, that impulsive thought, which I held back from saying, in fact, you can actually learn from it and understand, try and look at it from a more non-judgmental point of view, by saying, why would I have those sorts of thoughts? Well, sometimes I listen to rap videos talking about, I fucked this bitch and I fucked that bitch. What else? All of those grow your glutes videos of just big bum cheeks flexing everywhere. Like, I was setting myself up to be lustful and watching girls and women on the internet and not listening to what they're saying, just looking at, watching their beauty rather than them. That I've changed slowly but surely by just watching like just different videos that both men and women make without any sort of like looking at a woman's beauty, a female's beauty. Like actually listening to what they have to say, what they have to offer, just like how I'd watch a man's video. So I really am helping myself out here. It makes sense as to why I had that thought, because I was watching all of that sort of stuff, and I was holding myself back. I need to give myself a self-harm, because even though I thought that thought, I didn't act on it. It's like, I'd say it's on the same level as dark thoughts, really. From time to time, you might have a dark thought, but just because you had it doesn't mean you're suicidal. Sometimes you may argue that from time to time, very rarely, it might be normal. Just like how that lustful thought, that's the only time I've really thought that thought, recently anyway, ever. And I don't know how I haven't had more recent experiences of me thinking those sorts of thoughts on the street with the sort of lust-inducing content I'd watch. I have no idea how. Iron will, seriously. I kept on saying, when I was working through watching porn for the first time in a while, I kept on saying, I'm free. And I think it's because I'm allowing myself to see females as humans, and only humans. I'll explain. So, of course, you have the insults like bitch and bimbo. That is, as far as I'm concerned, that's a line you don't cross ever nowadays, because I wouldn't want to be called trash. I wouldn't want to be called a doormat. I don't want to be dehumanized. So I'm not going to dehumanize females either. It's as simple as that. That's a line I'm not crossing, because that is an extreme level of disrespect. A level of disrespect that's indirectly shown is acceptable. For example, the serious Kevin Hart Seriously Funny video talking about women having no cap. You can hear that in that sketch. He doesn't deeply go into why guys will call girls bitches, but he go into extreme detail as to why why he thinks women have no cap. When I've been on both sides of the coin, so sometimes guys might call a woman a bitch, but they're not meaning it as like a female dog and trying to dehumanize them. It's just, it means sometimes the man, the unaware man, what that really means is unpleasant individual. But that's not what they're saying. What they're saying is dog, female dog, dehumanizing women. That's what they're saying. And girls see it that way, and rightly so. Or females see it that way, and rightly so. But some guys, like myself in the past, I didn't see it as dehumanizing until I watched a video about the obsession with butts and that. Yeah, that video has really helped. It's been a reality check, and I further started to understand, like, calling females bitches is so dehumanizing. You're looking at them like they're pets. Like, as soon as you don't like something that they've said and that they've done, it's acceptable to call them as pets, to call them pets, and to see them that way, indirectly, by saying that they're bitches and bimbos. But not, bimbos aren't pets and that they're animals, but you get the point. Dogs are animals too, of course, but yeah, not just pets, that's what I mean. Anyway, that's a topic, thank goodness, that I've released. I thought I was going to release it in a completely different video, but tell the truth. I just felt the need to tell the truth, and now I can have a sigh of relief. Maybe come back to this topic later on, but thank goodness I'm feeling physically more free now after saying that. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on with cooking my curry. I used all of the curry seasonings I have here, and all of their powders except the madras, because I couldn't take the powder off the lid, so I just left it. I'm not fighting for it. I'm not fighting for that powder. It attached to the lid as I was after using it one time, I think, so yeah, I'm just not gonna get that. This does look nice and all, but with the way how after tasting the curry chicken I made, I'd much rather have that in a stew. That's where my impulsive thoughts lay. I'd much rather have this in a stew than a curry, because I've done curries many times before, so I think I'll add curry chicken in a stew. There's more flavour in the stew, and also it will be something different. I would have not only known how to cook curries with these sorts of ingredients, these seasonings, literally just put them in there, and I would also know how to make stews, and then from there I can make my own curries. Yeah, that sounds fun. I can learn how to bake every now and then as well, because I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Yeah, it's all coming together. Also, I want to know, I was talking about like porn and dehumanizing women and all that stuff, and me working through no longer doing that and thinking it's as unacceptable as racism is. I'll make a video on that, I think, because I want to go into more detail than what I've just given here. Yeah, it was about 10 minutes or so, but I want to really dig deep, and I don't think I did that with that clip there. Excuse me if my thoughts weren't really clear on that topic. I am feeling thirsty, and was feeling thirsty and hungry too. Not only that, but I'm further developing my thoughts on the topic. I just had an impulsive thought about there being a potential link between degrading / dehumanizing women and how women are seen in porn, like sex objects rather than human beings with actual thoughts and feelings, trying to pay the rent, and maybe in a very unpleasant life situation. I wasn't thinking about that when I watched that video, but that could be why they do it. Yeah, there may actually be a link between those two things. Like, not seeing them as seeing women in the porn industry as human beings would probably mean less profit for the porn industry, because you'd be looking at them as people rather than just trying to bust a nut. If you look at these women who do porn, like, okay, she might be in an extremely tough situation. She might be feeling extremely uncomfortable with what's going on, even though she might have signed contracts to say yes. You don't even know if she signed contracts to say that she feels comfortable with that. You don't know. Like, she could be feeling uncomfortable with everything that's going on, but I wasn't thinking about that when I watched that video for a few minutes. Maybe degrading women and dehumanizing women, although I really don't condone it and don't think it's healthy, it might be profitable for those sorts of industries. And because I think it's unhealthy, it could be profitable for the divorce industry as well, because dehumanizing women can set the breeding grounds for unhealthy relationships and therefore eventually divorces. I don't condone it, but it might be there for those sorts of reasons, so those industries can have more money coming in. Maybe I'll probably talk about it in another video when I really go into detail about my thoughts on the matter. I've impulsively decided to add one onion and some mixed peppers because I like the taste that the peppers gave, and I had these last time, so I'm going to cut these up and add them in. I forgot to mention that I purposefully did not use the red board for meat to cut the chicken, just so that it's easier to wash up, to make it more easy for myself to eat healthily, so that the washing up and drying away process, in the form of the washing up and drying away process being quicker. Yeah. I had one small onion just to add a different flavour to it, but not to add so many onions to the point that I don't get indigestion as I've got in the past from adding like 2 onions and that. Also, I scanned the peppers because I'm probably going to use them in the future, and I cooked the onions and the peppers with flora, butter or margarine, I don't even know. I had to add an extra knife worth. I put that on the pan. I did that because it wasn't cooking quickly. Remember, thou shalt not lick the knife. Thou shalt not lick the knife. Yeah, those calories don't just not count. And also, it could be doing that could build a more physical connection with your food, and I don't want to do that with butter. There genuinely might be something behind eating with your hands in that and licking or taking the spread off knives like that, like how I would in the past, and as I've shown in previous vlogs like these. Yeah, but anyway, it's 3:01 and I'm having this curry, amazing curry, and look how much is left over. I'm gonna see how hard the rice is, but even if it is harder than I'd like, it's not me messing up. I made a mistake and that's fine. I don't need to beat myself up about it. And look how much curry is left as well. I'm certainly gonna pack this up, and I've made it easier for myself to eat more healthily because I don't have to cook the rice and I have to think about cooking for a couple of days at least. Yeah. Self-hug. Give myself a self-hug right now. Making it easier for myself to eat healthily. That's amazing, man, seriously. When I'm done eating, I'm gonna pack the rice and the curry in separate containers so that I can literally just get them out of the fridge and so that they don't go off as quickly compared to if I just left them out. As I've come to sit down, I've just thought of having more sweet corn with this, like how I would when my mum would cook rice and curry, but I couldn't see any in the fridge at first glance, so I'm just gonna leave it. I've got my water with me too. Not happy Halloween, I'm not, forget all of that, no. The rice is fine as well, like, it's absolutely amazing. Not too soft or too hard, but here I was, gonna destructively criticize myself about cooking the rice. I haven't cooked it that large recently. Maybe even, no, I wouldn't say ever, but recently. But yeah, I was gonna destructively criticize myself about on that. Right, 3 to 8 in the evening. I've come back from shopping. I've been just watching YouTube for about maybe 20 minutes or so. I was gonna say 40 minutes because I unpacked the shopping at around 7. I got these instead of the flavored steaks because I didn't have any. I bought 2 because I remembered that I can freeze one of them and I won't run out, so I won't go back to eating that sort of bread. I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that, hence I've got 2 and I can freeze one. Cool. Got your usual spinach, usual hummus, usual yogurt, cheese. I haven't had cheese in a while. I might actually go and get some fish as well. but I'm not gonna go to the usual supermarket I'll go to because I think that they're just way too pricey. You've got these chicken here to make it convenient to cook in a healthy way because they're already done. And here you see the royal garlic apples because the jazz apples were $1.99. I'm not doing that when I can spend $1.39 on them. Then here we go. This is new. They're not new to the supermarket, but it's new for me personally because this is probably the first time I'm gonna be cooking stew during this weekly health reviews since I started the weekly health reviews. I think, let's see, I've got red onions and brown onions to cook with, but I've seen my mum cook with garlic. She's got ginger. This is boiled plantain, by the way. She's got ginger. Stock cubes. I see how he put stock cubes in there. Let's see. Shame. Why am I saying that? Why am I saying that in my head? Why should I feel ashamed that I'm using these ingredients from time to time? I could just ask. Destructive criticism over years, that's why. Oh, here you go. I'll use some of that for soul content as well. I can literally just ask. It's really okay, man. It's okay to use other people's stuff if you've asked and they say yes. It's not a problem. Yeah, I want to be using ingredients that only I've purchased, but that's something I'm gonna have to really work through and eventually build up more and more to doing. No money's coming in, so please be patient. Please be patient. That's my advice for myself. Please be patient with me. Please, this is something that I am trying. Look, I've got the peppers because I really like them so much. Got the healthy vegetables there. Like, I really am trying. I want to make a healthier alternative to the stew. Seeing as I'm making an effort, why should I feel ashamed? Why? I don't have to. I don't have to be that hard on myself anymore. I don't have to destructively criticize myself anymore. Why should I feel shame? I'm trying, and I can ask if mum says yes, then that's fine. If she says no, then that's fine as well. But it's not that big a deal, man. Oh yeah, also pasta. Because I really want to have a pasta bake. Now I can, with the help of this cheese, this spinach. I can actually whack this in as well. Now that I think about it, I've got the chicken here as well. I might get some fish because I haven't had fish in a while, so I might actually add that to the stock. I got steak because I could see we're running out. No chicken. I might actually go over to a place where I saw they sell salmon for cheaper. 2 salmon around £3. And then there's another supermarket saying they do 4 for about less than £5. I'd much rather have that, honestly. 2 salmon for like over £3, like £3.40. But then there's another place saying 4 salmon for like £4.79. Yeah, I'd much rather go for the £4.79. Anyway, I'll probably get 2 of them, to be honest. But here we go, here's the shop. I'll probably just have, I want a sandwich. I don't want rice and curry again, actually. I don't want that hot meal again. It's just too much too often. So I can have that tomorrow. Actually, now that I remember, I've got plans for what I want to eat throughout the week, so I'll follow that instead, rather just following impulses. That's exactly why I bulk cooked. I got to remember that. That's exactly why I bulk cooked, to follow a weekly plan and to make it easy to eat these sorts of healthy meals. Look at that. I'm gonna have to cling film that and then put the lid on. But anyway, yeah, here's the shop. I haven't missed out anything else, really. Seriously, it's okay to use what mum and dad buy sometimes. I know I want to use less of it, and I'm working through that. I'm working on that, and that's fine. I don't have to feel ashamed that I do it from time to time. I don't have to. Right, self-hug time. Self-love over self-hatred, for sure. also need to remember, I bought these red onions because I want to add more colour into my eating, my diet, so that's why I've got that there. The colours are also here as well. Come on, don't think I had any purple. Also, I saw a lady with an aubergine in the supermarket. I don't know how you cook that, but adding that might also help as well with getting more colours into my diet, like purple especially. I don't think I have any white though. Yeah, you got the chicken, but I'm thinking more so vegetables, because I don't have cauliflower in that. That's fine, not having it from time to time. But yeah, here we go. At least a fairly healthy shop. Gotta be careful with the chicken use though, because chicken's high in sodium. But yeah, here we are. And then I'll wrap these one by one and then put them in the freezer. I can do different seasonings with them as well, rather than having the flavored steak. I didn't know that these were here for $3.49. That's okay, it's all right. Not half bad, not half bad. Anyway, I'm gonna have a sandwich to eat and pack all of this away, yeah. I'll pack everything away first and then eat. I have this hummus mango chutney sandwich. I forgot to buy mango chutney, but I've got enough. But yeah, I'm gonna pack away now. These slices are gonna be for a sandwich, and then this one's just gonna be on its own with some lettuce. Yeah. Right, sandwich is done. Here you go. And I'm just gonna flip that. There you go, done. Fold that even, and then look. Yeah, but I'm gonna fold it and eat it, yeah.